All right, what's up, everybody? I'm Zach Coker. I go by Z Cokes on Instagram, and welcome to Shutterdays.
Yes. All right. So what got you into photography?
Basically, my dad was always doing photos and stuff when I was growing up, so I was just always around the camera and stuff, and I always had an eye for visuals and stuff. I'd always be taking photos on my phone and just messing around with that. And then when I was in high school, my dad ended up buying me a camera for Christmas, and I'd just go out with him on hikes and stuff and shoot landscape mostly. And that's kind of where I started, was with landscape, just going around New Mexico, basically hiking and doing backpacking and stuff. So that's where I started, was just capturing the beauty of our state, and then just kind of went from there, trying out different things that I was interested in and kind of liked looking at. So kind of just developed from there.
What was the first camera you got?
First camera I had was a Nikon D3300. Yeah, no, that's right.
That was the second camera.
Okay, yeah, no, it was a good starting camera. I mean, it would still be taking some good ass images with the right lens. Right now I have a D750 Nikon, just upgraded to a full frame. So
What's your favorite lens?
I shoot with the 50 mil a lot, 51.4. Yeah, that's my go-to. Yeah.
So when you're shooting anymore, what emotion do you want people to feel when they look at your pictures?
Kind of just like they're in the moment. I think that's what I try to convey the most, like just as if they were there, just experiencing if there's movement of the image, or if it's, just the feel of the atmosphere that it's there. I'd like to try to draw emotion to, how it would be to actually be there. So I try to display that.
So what are your favorite things to shoot? Like, I see you do cars, but do you prefer doing cars more or portraits or?
Yeah, right now my favorite thing to shoot is definitely cars. I just there's something I'm really into, and when you have something super beautiful that somebody's built and something really exotic, and you put it in an environment that it fits well or has good contrast with, I think that just creates a pretty unreal image. And a lot of people don't really see a lot of cars that are built customly or anything, so you can portray that in photography and show some pretty crazy images. So
If you could give yourself a tip to when you first started taking photos, what would that tip be?
probably just to network more. I think it's, in today's society, it's a huge part of it is to network with other photographers and stuff like that, just to get out there and get your name around. It's pretty important, especially with social media and everything, to try to network and get yourself out there. So that's something I would give myself a tip, because I kind of just stayed pretty low key for a while.
Who is very influential in your picture game right now?
Ooh,
Like, you say top 2 or top 3?
dang, so top 3. I mean, one of the biggest inspirations.
Like a portrait and then a car page. Your favorite portrait photographer and your favorite car photographer.
Okay, so my favorite car photographer is gonna probably have to be Crispy, just because he's more like on the video side, but I've always looked up to him just because he's always been killing the game, and he just has a really good work ethic behind his work. He's always on it. He's always killing it. So he's someone that I always look up to as far as cars and stuff. But I think for a photographer, there's just so many dope people out there that shoot cars. It's just hard because they're all in other states and stuff. Car scene's not that big here. Portrait photographer, that one's tough too. I really like Blee Blue.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
No?
No.
Never heard of Blee Blue.
I gotta search him out. Have you? Bleed Blue?
Blee Blue?
No.
No? Shit.
You're slacking.
Yeah, he's got some pretty killer work. It's more like the real, kind of like the vibe I like in the moment, kind of make you feel like you're there. But I don't know, there's a lot of people I look up to for inspiration.
What's your dream location that you ever shoot at?
Dream location, definitely New York. I definitely want to go to New York one day and do a full-on day of shooting there. I think
What's your dream model? Like, what do you want to achieve? Who would
Dream model.
For that shoot, that you think would just be good?
For that, I'd probably go with someone like Elizabeth Wieland.
Yeah.
I think that's her last name. She shoots in Chicago a lot. She's based in Chicago, but she always has really good like fashion style for cityscapes and stuff like that. She's always shooting around Chicago with cool looks, so I think it would fit well in New York.
Where do you plan on going, like in the next few years, like different countries? Where you work?
I definitely want to go to another country. I was looking into Iceland, hopefully, because I just think for landscape that would be an amazing place. I definitely want to go to Europe. Haven't had any plans in concrete yet for any traveling, but definitely want to go to Iceland.
What do you see yourself doing in like 5 years with your work?
Probably just shooting the same stuff. I mean, I've kind of found what I like doing, so just trying to shoot more cars, travel to areas that have, you know, more people with builds and stuff like that, and just try to secure more work around like automotive stuff, doing like that, some brand work or something maybe, and then just sticking with landscape because I'm always out exploring, hiking, doing stuff like that, so doing that kind of landscape. It was good. It was the first time I went out there to actually like photograph. I've only been out there for fun before, so it was cool to go out there and be able to shoot the whole time. And it was the biggest car show I've been to too, with the most, you know, exotic cars I've seen in some time. So it was cool to check out and get a photograph of that. So it was fun.
What was your favorite picture that you took?
Ooh, favorite picture. There's this photo of this Mustang. It was at night, and it's coming kind of through the crowd. It was leaving the show actually, and it's got these sick hot headlight beams coming through, and I just really liked the vibe it was giving off. Everybody was kind of checking it out as it was leaving, so it was pretty sick.
Have you messed with flash photography?
I have a little bit, but it's not something I'm really getting into. I go more natural light. Natural light's my way to go. But I do want to try to get into it more, try to do some experimenting with it and stuff, do some studio stuff. I think that'd be cool.
Out of all the camera gear you bought, what's something that you wish you didn't buy?
I mean, when I first started, there was some stuff that I bought that was kind of questionable. There's this thing, I never use it. It's like a macro kind of light that you screw onto the end of your lens, and it's just like a flash for really close-up shots, and I just never find myself using it, but it's a cool little tool if I was into it, but a waste of money in the end.
How do you educate yourself on your pictures? To take better pictures?
I mean,
Just in the field.
I do a lot of research and stuff on YouTube, looking up different techniques or how other people shoot and stuff. I've done some courses on Skillshare, which is a good website for finding different crafts and stuff to practice, and found stuff that way, and just getting out as much as I can and shooting every type of thing I can.
What do you use to edit your photos?
I use Lightroom. 90% of the time I'll do some Photoshop here and there if it's necessary, but all the Lightroom.
So how much experience do you have in Photoshop?
I have some. I know the program pretty well. I just don't use it for my photography very much. I took a digital arts class in high school, and I did into more like the design stuff before, where it wasn't really messing with photos, but more of just creating art in Photoshop through the stuff they have in there. So I know the program pretty well and all the tools, how to use them and stuff. So I've been able to kind of use that in my photos and be able to do some things that I didn't think was possible. So it's been cool.
What's a tip you would give someone like on their first portrait shoot? Like
First
they're
portrait
nervous.
shoot.
What'd you say?
Dang, I don't know. That one's hard. It always is nervous going into any shoot. I feel like, you never know what to expect or how it's gonna go. So there is always nerves behind it. But I would just suggest to be confident in yourself and just believe that you can, create what you're there to create, and just try your best, and that'll give you a sense of confidence that you need to get through it. Just keep on pushing.
Yeah. Do you have like a dream job for your photography that you would like to do? Like, would you want to shoot for a magazine, or would you want to shoot a particular music artist?
I always thought it'd be cool to go on tour with an artist or anything. I've been interested in like concert photography just because you can portray a mood super well, doing that. But dream job I think would be, working for like a magazine or doing something automotive, like magazine or brand work, anything like that. But dream job would just be to travel and do freelance work where I can and just be able to travel. I think that would be the best.
Where do you think you'd like to move? Like out of state?
So probably my number one location would be Denver, Colorado, just because I love it up there. My brother's up there too, so I'd have, a place to be. But definitely something I've been looking into and a possibility that might happen. So that's one location, but I still want to check out the West Coast and, see how that is. I haven't been there much, so it looks like it'd be cool. Pretty much, just the framing. I try to, frame everything as best I can in camera. So I always check my lines, make sure the horizon's level, everything like that. Try to take out any distracting little objects in the frame if I can, just by manipulating, how I'm lined. I always shoot with primes basically, so it's always about moving back and forth. So.
When you're like driving on the road, do you like always think that'd be a sick place to shoot?
Constantly. That's like all I do when I'm driving is just, see locations that could be possible, future locations to use, or, just taking little mental photographs of what I think would be a cool shot as I drive by. So I'm always looking for that.
What do you think your dream setup would be, like your dream camera and your dream lens? Price doesn't matter.
Price doesn't matter. Probably like a phase 1.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'd go with a phase 1.
So.
Yeah, those things are insane. They just look unreal. So that's probably what I'd go with.